Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another edition of SVG's At the Rink. We're here talking to all of our friends in the National Hockey League. We're going to go up north and speak with one of the original six clubs in the National Hockey League. We are pleased to be joined by Paul Gallant. He's the director of game production for the Montreal Canadiens. Paul, how you doing, sir?
How's your year? Kristian, having a great day.
Yeah. How's your day? How's your year so far? And yeah, how are things up in Montreal?
Well, we're good up here. I mean, if I turn the computer around, you'd see a little bit of snow left that came on Wednesday out here. But everything's good. Fighting for a playoff spot and having fun doing it. So living the dream.
Right, getting to the time where everyone starts to pay attention to hockey a little bit more, because everyone, if they were in the stands, would be waving around those rags and getting excited for the playoff run. But we're here to talk in venue production, because that's what you're an expert in, as I'd like to say. Bell Center, what are the in-venue elements inside that venue right now?
You know, we didn't change much this year in the sense of what we did and added. We went away at the projection on ice system just because of no fans.
Right.
We're one of those teams where I don't think we'll have fans to the end of the season and even into the playoffs. So we put a lot of focus on our LEDs, a lot of focus on our lighting, and bringing the scoreboard to life. One thing that we're doing is trying to bring the experience to the fans at home. So elements that we would do normally at games, and like welcomes and thank yous that are being done, where we're outputting them just out the social.
You've mentioned, based on what I've just heard, a lot of adapting throughout the whole entire year. What production changes have been, I guess, made throughout this entire season to make things a little bit easier for you and your staff?
You know, if everyone working at home, we've had to, change how we deliver content. You know, the 5 p.m. delivery doesn't necessarily work on a game day anymore because, things have changed. So we've had to change things in methods and programming, things like that. We did our opener this year in-house. We usually use some external sources, but we brought it all back in-house and produced, in my opinion, a very, very good opener that competes with what some of our suppliers can do. And we kept it simple. I mean, we really kept it simple. We added more cameras. We worked with broadcasts to get them images that they don't normally get. So we turned the Bell Center into a soundstage. Okay. So we're feeding out to our fans with behind the scenes content on our social platforms, but also our broadcast partners are getting cameras and angles that they normally do not get. And one thing the NHL kind of made it very, very clear to us was help the broadcast. Yep. And use the broadcast. So like a lot of our broadcasters come in the building and they'll cut away to a commercial and it's their images on the scoreboard like we're seeing everywhere. But now we're having broadcasters coming back and doing interviews in game or in a TV timeout and outputting it to the broadcast. So it helps with our visibility. It helps the fact that the Bell Center is still a vibrant place. And I think we've got the crowd noise thing down to a key. The only thing is sometimes we get the players, we want it louder, and they want to hear 21,000 fans, and sometimes we have to go louder for them, because at the end of the day, it's them. We have to get them to win games, so we go on.
In that same vein, a little bit, you talked about how the venue is being expanded a bit more to because fans aren't at the rink right now, unfortunately. Everyone has their eyeballs on the television sets. How has the venue been changed a little bit to, I guess, maximize the linear broadcast? And you said it's kind of a soundstage, but it's also a blank canvas for things that would usually be done in venue, but you're bringing it to a different medium.
I think for us, we did the covers on the seats. We had looked at some really crazy ideas at the outset, crazy ideas that would have been like mind-boggling.
Right.
But we came back to the covers on seats. So we've expanded that element of it. We do, like I said there earlier, the welcomes and things like that, but we're trying to tell the stories in game of our players and show that that our players can live outside the building into our fan base. So once again, we come very heavy on social. But when we say turn to a soundstage, it was working with the broadcast to really bring the game to people at home, to have that excitement that, hey, you know what? Now I can go to the Bell Center. Right. I want to be there. I want to be part of the action. And I haven't lost anything that I had when I was going to the games. So, our season ticket base, they're dying to get in the building to come to games. But we want to keep their appetite wet to still come to the games and be so excited. And, I said the other day to one of our bosses, it was kind of really cool at the beginning to be alone in the building. You're one of 100 people plus the actors and the players. And now all of a sudden it's like, okay, well, we're game 20 plus now. And it's like, okay, we're the fans. Like, we want the fans back. We need the fans back. And I think for my crew, what they're saying is, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. We're fun. And they also say it's really cool. We're only one of so many people get to see the game live. But man, there's nothing like a Bell Center crowd. You know, it's just, they're always amped and always pumped and ready to go. And, you know, our fans are fans 365.
Right.
In the middle of summer, we do a move and it's talked about for 4 to 5 days after that. It's great.
The feeling is great when you first, at the beginning of the season, but shortly after, that thing just kind of you want that craving, you want that oomph that the fans are bringing every single night. But hopefully soon, if not next year, people will be packing the place. But before I let you go, Paul, shout outs to crew members. I know the job can't be done just with you inside of the control room or whatnot. Who are some people, or entirely, how proud are you of your crew that they're able to get through this job this year?
To be honest, I think it went beyond our crew. I mean, my immediate group with Cynthia, who is our manager of game ops, and, you know, unfortunately she doesn't get to come to many games because we're trying to keep the crew small. Right. To Vanessa, who works on our event side, and to our bosses, Shauna and John. Like, they all have all come together, but really the Bell Center had to become one unique group. And, you know, whether it was working with the Montreal Canadiens side of it, our show side of it, or the building side of it, we all had to come together to pull this together in a very short span. Right. And then, you know, our in-game crew, from our directors to our cameras, to our replay ops, to our playback, just being able to adjust on the fly, you know, on a daily change. It's something they haven't done. You know, some of the crew has been at the Bell Center for 20 plus years, and all of a sudden it's a whole different thing. And, you know, like, they have security procedures to get through. They get to the building, they're already tired from their day job, and then they go through an exhausting to get to it, to different game times. I think the whole building is just, you know, like, when the season is over, and hopefully that's at the end of July, everyone's going to take a collective sigh of relief and say, wow, we were a part of something really unique. And what we take away from that is we came stronger as a company, as a group, with each other. And, you know, like, sure, everyone got on some people's nerves at one point, but you also have to say, like, okay, this is not new, right? So you learn so much about other people, talk to people you don't normally talk to. And that was probably the biggest thing, was just getting to meet and work with other people on a daily basis.
Right. And like you said, there were struggles this year, but you're going to look back and reflect, and this season can be used as a springboard for even next year to get even better. Even you're getting firepower because you'll have the fans back. You'll have all these new lessons and workflows to go through. So the Canadiens were always a great organization, but they're going to get even better moving forward. So Paul, I really appreciate you taking the time, man. I know it's a busy time of year. We said playoffs are coming up soon. So best of luck with trying to grab that last playoff spot. I'm cheering for you, even as a Rangers fan. It was a pleasure to meet you, pleasure to see you. And hopefully when it's nice enough to do so, when we're safe enough in the world, I'll take a flight up to Montreal and say hello.
Well, you're more than welcome anytime. It's great talking to you. And, you know, to all the other teams, best of luck with what's going to come up in the coming months. And hopefully be one of those teams in July talking with the rest of the league saying, well, we pulled off an amazing season.